Wrong switch. There we go. Wow. Looks like a room now. Not just some garage, right? All right, awesome. So I went ahead and made sure I had the right measurements for the ceiling, the right amount of linear feet for the tongue and groove. So each of these, hold on a second. I know it's blurry. Give me a second. From here to there is 12 feet, 36 feet long. It gives me 1,800 linear feet of 1x6. So I'm also gonna have to pick up a miter saw. DeWalt makes a pretty good one. I'll probably grab a DeWalt one. If Milwaukee has an M18 one, I'll get that. I don't even know if they do, but I'm gonna find out today. And I do have to get a radial arm saw for that wall as well. I mean, I could just get that, but that's a big machine, and I don't want. I mean, maybe I should instead of wasting the money on the miter saw. I'll debate that in my head on the way over to the store. So anyway, we got to go to the wood store right now. And where's my coffee? There it is. We'll see what we get done today. All right, we can switch this old one out, or the new one out, for the old one. The old one even has my initial still on it. Awesome. I think I'll use the new screw though. I need to go to the river too, so I got my 1/2-inch classifier. Got some buckets. Go out to my secret spot on the river, get some dirt for KleshGuitars.com. So this is the kind of knotty pine I'm looking to do for the ceilings here. Maybe do some trim work around it as well. Would you recommend putting some kind of a stain or finish on this stuff? Like
get some more pop.
See, I like it to be flat looking like this.
Yeah.
This is no finish?
That's got a little like light stain over it. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's a bit of no finish and it's just aged to that color at that point.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like the way it looks like that.
Yeah, it's just naturally aged.
I don't like.
Like seeded.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Usually when it comes out, it's like a bright kind of tone, like kind of like this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
after time, it'll age to that. Yeah.
All right, I got a couple more buckets of dirt. Oh my goodness. It'll never end. She already took, I got 5 buckets of dirt. I took 2 down to her. She's already making more bags. And I went to the lumber yard, and I went ahead and purchased it's tongue and groove knotty pine, like I wanted. And it's really good quality stuff. It's like a premium. And then it also is in 12-foot long and 8-foot long pieces. So it's about half and half. I didn't want them all the same size because I'm going to stagger them anyway. And that should be good. I got about 2,000 linear feet. So it's a little bit more than what I'm actually going to need. And any leftovers, I can do little accent walls, or, I'm going to be doing a lot of tongue and groove stuff, in the house and everything. So it's not going to go to waste by any means. I just don't want to have too much laying around. Another thing I have to do, I have all this siding up here. This box is huge. And I have to get that out of the rafters. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's just siding for the house, like leftover siding. I'm going to see if I can maybe take it to the dump or put it on Craigslist for free or something. I don't know who the heck's going to want siding. Maybe I'll just take a picture of it and put it on Craigslist, free, come get it, All right. The wood's going to be delivered tomorrow. So I'm going to have to move this stuff out of the way, make an area here for the wood to be put on the ground. And I still have to go to Home Depot and get my radial arm saw, or I'm going to do some research on a Milwaukee and see if they have a Milwaukee miter saw. And that would be great because the tongue and groove, you can put it end to end Let me give you an example here. So when the wood comes from the lumber yard, it's going to come cut straight like this. And if I installed it like this, there's going to be a gap right there. But if I take the end of each one and cut a 45, then they'll overlap and you won't see, there'll be no chance of a big gap like that. It'll close nicely. So I'm going to cut all the ends. There's 175 boards. So times that by 2, that's how many times I'm going to have to cut that. Cut that angle. So I'm definitely going to need some kind of a chop saw in order to do that efficiently. And all right, so the electrician was just here. He's coming by next week. We're going to run a line from this box outside and around the back. So we're going to go along the concrete here, turn this way, and then we're going to install the Mr. Cool unit out here on brackets on the outside. I'm going to do all the installation. The electricians are just going to run the line for me because they're going to do a, what is it called? A cutoff box or something like that. It has to be the code. There's some kind of a disconnect, and that's what it is. So he's going to do that on Monday. And then this thing, I can do everything else right here. Just by installing this out, I could bring that around outside. I'm waiting on my electrician, or I mean my plumber. He actually has the brackets for this. Once I have the brackets, I can actually take this outside and mount it up there on the bracket. I don't know how I'm going to get it up there, but I will figure that out. And then I can go ahead and mount the indoor unit here on the wall, so I can get rid of those big bulky items. I would like to do it today. I should call my plumber and see if he has those brackets. Either way, I have to go to lunch. Ryan, he just texted me, let's go to Helga's. So of course, got to go to Helga's German restaurant. So I'm going to meet him over there. And then I'm not going to have too many sody pops over there. I still have some work to do. I would like to get this at least started. Maybe he can even come over and help me carry that thing. That'd be great. All right, so in order to slot frets in the future, I used to use a radial arm saw. So small, thin blade in there, straight across. But that was a DeWalt. I came here to Home Depot, and I can just I think I can rig this up to slot frets, as well as do some other work with it. So not only will it save money, but also save space in the shop. And it's a Milwaukee with the M18. So that could actually work for a couple different things. So got one of those, that should do it. And it'll help with the ceilings. All right, got the saw here. This is the 10-inch miter saw. This machine is gonna work for 2 things. It's gonna be a main tool in the shop, which is going to be basically a bench from about waist high. Well, not that end, maybe from, like probably from here, there's gonna be a waist high bench that comes all the way across. And then the miter saw is gonna sit in the middle, and that's gonna be used for cutting long boards. So I'm gonna be buying 8-quarter lumber, like mahogany and poplar and ash and stuff. And that machine is gonna be used for that. And it's gonna be used for slotting fret slots for fingerboards. So the thing is though, I was debating whether or not to get it. But basically if it doesn't do what I need it to, if it's too, the problem is, if it wobbles just a little bit, if it's not accurate, then I can't use it for frets. So I'll just take it back and then get my radial arm saw instead. But if this works, this will save money, it'll save space, and it's an M18, so it'll use the batteries I already have. Plus it comes with a $200 battery. So I mean, you really can't beat it. So yeah, that's permanently will be here, but temporarily, while I'm installing the cathedral ceiling, I'm gonna need a central work area to, I'll be using that to cut bevels and cut all the wood. So I need like a central work area. I don't want to use the panning station because I'm going to be using that to film a video this week, I think. So I don't want to use that. I think I'm going to have to clear off one of these benches. I really should spend a day and organize stuff. I really don't have many shelves or anything. The least I could do is like clean up and tidy up and stuff. Just put stuff where it's supposed to go, even though I can't. But I do need a free workbench, and then I need it centrally located so I can work efficiently tomorrow. I also need to get rid of that thing. But yeah. Anyway, the electricians were here today. They are going to run a conduit outside. So it's going to go down to the concrete, around the corner, down here, and then the mini split is going to be right there. And they're going to run the power to the big unit outside, which is going to be mounted on the wall. And that's going to be another project. I have to get rid of this big stuff here. And then this thing here is not heavy. This is the wall unit for the inside. That'll be hanging up, like I said, right over here. And man, I wish I could just get rid of that big, that's all siding for the house. I plan on redoing the house anyway. I don't like this tan color. I want it to be all tongue and groove wood, you know what I mean? So eventually that'll be gone too, but so I'm probably not gonna need those ever. I guess that's it. Gotta wait for the wood tomorrow. I'm gonna organize and get my workstation set up in the middle. I may try to get this around back at least, and maybe I can talk my plumber into helping me pick that thing up and get it on the brackets. All right, guys. Well, I have my little temporary workstation set up here just for cutting the wood for tomorrow when it gets here. That way I can have like a centrally located work area. Organized toolboxes, that's really important. Organization is the key, no matter what you do. But I'm saying that as there's just a pile of junk over here, but I'll get to it. It's just been obviously a little bit busy doing other stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna try to like separate all the electrical stuff and have like, you know, I'll get like a box for that. All the prospecting stuff is going over here. All the Milwaukee stuff will be in one area, like a battery station, and you know, chemicals and sprays and adhesives and finishes. I'm going to get one of those chemical fireproof cabinets. It's just I don't have the shelf space right now, so I'm doing what I can just to kind of work around it until we get the shop together. And then once the paint's on the walls and the ceiling's in, we can start building our benches and our shelves and our cabinets and all that stuff. And organization will just happen at that point. So anyway, I got the Milwaukee miter saw here. I'm not sure if it's going to work for slotting frets because it says in the instructions not to use anything other than a 10-inch blade. The blades that I need to use for slotting frets, the only ones I've ever seen, they're super thin and they're like 6 to 8 inches. They're probably closer to 6 inches, maybe 7 inches. I don't have any, and I have to special order them. And I think a 10-inch blade that's that thin could be a little bit wobbly. So I might actually have to take that back. I mean, that's the thing though. I can use it to do my ceiling and then just take it back to Home Depot if I need to. And I was looking on Craigslist. I found an old 1956 DeWalt radial arm saw, and those things actually work great. That's what I used to use to slot frets up in New York. So worst case scenario, I take that back after I'm done putting the ceiling in and get what I actually need. The one on Craigslist, it's like 160 bucks. It's all rusty, so we could do a restoration video on that or something. Make sure it's all working great. Other than that, I think I'm gonna call it, well, we'll see. I may call it, I'm gonna go eat first, and then I may call it. And if I don't see you for the rest of this video, if you scroll down and you see that the red bar is almost at the end, well, that means that I'm done. And if not, there might be a couple more minutes or something. But anyway, I think that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.